All right, what's going on today, YouTube? Welcome back to your favorite cyclist YouTube channel. This week, well, we're talking about Muc-Off and their Dark Energy chain wax here. But before I get into today's video, if you're new to my channel, make sure you head down below, hit that subscribe button for me. If you already are subscribed, make sure you hit that bell icon right next to that. That way you get notified every time I upload. That way you don't miss any of this awesome cycling content on this channel. So like I said, today we're talking about Muc-Off's brand new Dark Energy chain wax. So this is a brand new product they just came out with at Sea Otter this year, and pretty much had everything revolving around Dark Energy. So first off, I'll say some of you don't like Muc-Off, some of you like Muc-Off. I don't like them. They tend to work really well for me. I have not had an issue with the way that my chains are wearing, anything sounds, application. I've had no issues personally with them. That's why I like to use them. I use them on pretty much every bike I have. Gets some sort of Muc-Off chain lube. So the Dark Energy, so it's a chain wax. So a little bit different than a lubricant. General lubricant you can put on and it just soaks into there, and pretty much that lubricant is still going to be there and it's going to attract dirt. Doesn't matter how much they say, oh, it's, it doesn't attract dirt, it's good for dusty conditions, that kind of stuff. It's going to attract dirt. That's just the way it is. Especially a wet lubricant versus a dry lubricant. The wet's really just going to attract tons and tons of dirt, and that causes wear to your chain. So one of the things that people have done is use a wax style lubricant or waxing their chain, period. And there's lots of different waxes out there. There's stuff where, yeah, you take your old chain off, super deep clean it, and you like dunk it in some hot wax and then you let it dry. I've never done that because I just don't feel the need to do that. I feel like that's a little excessive for me. So that's kind of where the Dark Energy comes in. It's pretty much your solution if you wanted a wax chain without having to go through the whole wax process. Now, obviously, it doesn't last as long as doing that whole waxing process where you take the chain off, dip it in hot wax, let it dry. It doesn't last as long as that. It's not going to last as long. Pretty much the big deal with this is it keeps your drivetrain ridiculously clean. Pretty much one of the big deals with it. So we've been running this on my good old mountain bike here, my Poseidon Norton. Running this lubricant on there since we got home from Sea Otter, essentially. Some of you may remember a video where we showed a product super clean and showed how well it degreases your chain. And a lot of you, and there were a couple comments in there going, why would you ever need to degrease your whole chain unless you were waxing it or something like that? That's what that was kind of the whole purpose of that video, was to get that chain completely stripped of everything that was on there, to then put this chain wax on there, pretty much a fresh, brand new chain. Kind of the whole point of this. So I've now been running this for a couple months now, and honestly, I've been pretty happy with it. It seems to work well. So it is a waxy white lubricant. So with that, you pretty much run it through your chain, pretty much putting a drop on every single link. You're gonna run through your chain twice is what they recommend to put this on. So you run through it once and then run through it again, putting a drop on everything. After that, you're then slowly gonna run this through every single gear on your rear cassette, front chain rings if you got it too. Run it through every gear. Let it get coated onto each tooth of your cassette or your front chain rings. Get it coated onto everything. Then you have to let that sit for about 12 hours. So personally, when I reapply, or when I applied it the first time, I put it on kind of in the evening hours, let it sit fully overnight. Next day, it's ready to go. It's good practice anyways, to do everything kind of soak into where it needs to be. After that, this stuff just runs, and you run it. You don't really worry about it. The chain stays really looking pretty dang clean, honestly. If you guys remember that video where I cleaned this chain, it was nasty. And it's looking pretty shiny still, honestly. And I haven't wiped this thing down in a minute. And it's really kind of a simple lubricant to use. It pretty much wears off. As it wears off, your chain just gets louder. Just like you would expect. It just gets louder. You go, I need to reapply some. And so you go home that night and you throw some more on there. Of course, this stuff, it does separate. So you give it a good shake, and then you're all set to go. You can actually see it separate there. Wow, that was kind of cool. Then you're all set to apply it from there. It is really quiet, and I can say that this is the quietest this chain has ever been. This chain and this bike has always been loud, and I've tried multiple things with it, and it's always loud. This is the quietest it's ever been. Really quiet. This is the bike that goes through pretty much any condition. It goes through rain, it went through snow, it rode through dry conditions, dirt conditions, dusty, and it's doing pretty good. Now, the one thing with wax is it protects the chain. It protects stuff from sticking to the chain is what it does. And protects pretty much the inners of the chain. So as I go like this, you'll see my finger got a little bit black there. That's pretty much what's on top of the wax on the chain. So honestly, it just kind of wipes right off and you're all set, and that's all you gotta do. So really, if you wanted to clean your chain in between applications, which I've never had to do, you just grab a paper towel, wipe off what's on top, and you're good to go. I've never had to clean it in between applications. In general, I get about 100 to 150 miles, give or take, with kind of a, again, riding in kind of all conditions on this bike between putting applications on, which I feel like that's kind of fair for what I'm expecting out of this. I don't expect I don't expect to last the length of a actual wax chain would last, but 100 to 150 miles feels pretty good for a nice, quiet, and clean chain. I'll take that. That feels good to me. Now, with the Dark Energy chain wax, they also offer the chain wax cleaner. If you're going to be using their chain wax, honestly, if you're using any kind of wax lubricant, I recommend this stuff. Their cleaners work really well. Honestly, one of the better things they sell are their cleaners. They do a really good job of that. So this is kind of a prep and maintenance on your chain here. So pretty much what this does is help remove everything that was embedded in that chain. The old wax, everything, gets it all completely done. So for the chain wax cleaner, when I was talking to them, they recommended doing this, of course, when you first put the wax on your chain, get it completely clean. So in our case, we did that super clean, got all that chain, got all the nastiness off with that super clean. Then I went through and sprayed this on just to get any of that super clean, anything left off of there. And this stuff did really well. Honestly, I was kind of impressed by how well this stuff worked. We probably could have just skipped the super clean, gone straight to this, and it would have done a really good job as well. Then they recommend this pretty much once a season, given where based on where you ride. For most normal people, once a season, this can do pretty good. Completely clean it, take the old wax off from the past year, get it fully done, reapply for the next season. Pretty basic, pretty simple. I've been very happy with it. I haven't noticed anything really wrong with it. It's worked. Like I said, every once in a while it gets a little noisy. That's just time to reapply, put some new stuff on there. Really simple how that works. Haven't noticed any extra wear. Haven't noticed anything funky going on with the bike. It's just kind of cool. So honestly, if you're looking for a kind of a cool chain wax solution that works really well, the other thing is the logo does glow in the dark. Kind of neat. It's kind of cool to see it up on my shelf glow in the dark when I come in at night. So it does glow in the dark. Kind of cool. So if you guys are interested in checking out the Muc-Off Dark Energy chain wax for yourselves, or even the chain wax cleaner, which works pretty good, I would say it worked with any other wax lubricants as well. If you had something else that you liked, but you wanted a good prep solution, this stuff will work too. If you guys are interested in either one of these, there's going to be a link in the description down below. I did pay for these myself. I bought these because I like Muc-Off products. I think they work pretty good, and I wanted to try something new on my bikes. And I wanted to see if I could find a solution that would keep my chain cleaner, working better, and working smoother. And I think this stuff definitely does the trick. If you guys enjoyed the video, or maybe you learned something new today, give this video a big thumbs up. Appreciate the support. Any comments or questions, let me know down in the comment section below. Love talking to you guys. Love answering questions you guys have. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching today.